You're listening to episode 9 of the Medical Device Made Easy podcast. Welcome to the Medical Device Made Easy podcast. I am Munir Lazouzi, a medical device expert specialized on quality and regulatory affairs. My mission is to help you learn how to place a compliant medical device on the market. For that, I'll share with you my experience and the one of others on this podcast. Are you ready for your dose of regulation and standard today? Okay, so let the show begin. Welcome EasyMade Nation. How are you today? So we are here at the Medical Device Made Easy podcast, and today we have a special guest, Ivan Perez Chamorro from medboardco.com. So Ivan will explain us what is his entrepreneurial journey. I said it, entrepreneurial. It's a difficult word to say. So he will explain us what he has done from beginning to the end to make his solution available to the people. This solution is an application or a software or a website where you can check all the regulations for medical devices, and he will explain to you exactly how this is working. I tested it, so it's why I was really excited to have Ivan Perez Chamorro to explain us what is his tool and how it's working. And more than that, just to explain you that as soon as you find a problem and you have the solution, you can also create your own business with that. But before that, so just wanted to ask you, have you subscribed to my podcast? So as I said, I try to make it available in many platforms. iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, Alexa devices also, as I've said, for those that are in an English-speaking country. So UK, US, Australia, India, Canada. And soon also Google Podcast and Google Home. So test it. I don't know if it's available now, but I hope it will be soon. And so yeah, please share also this podcast with all the people that you think will need to hear about any medical device regulations and standards, updates, or also hear people that are sharing experience, what they are doing, which solution they find for any problem. So this is what I'm trying to also get through this podcast. So please share that with your colleagues also. Okay, I think you are impatient to hear our talk with Ivan Perez Chamorro from Medboard Co. And stick to the end because he will also, he asked me also to make an offer to the people that want to test his tool. So stay to the end just to get that. Okay, let's jump in now. Hi, Ivan.
Hi, Munir. How are you?
I'm good, and you? Yeah, I think just after recovering from the New Year, from the Christmas, it's really, really a good time actually. Just wanted to. So I introduced you already on the beginning of the podcast. The objective, I think, for the audience here is to hear about you regarding your entrepreneurship journey, and to hear more about also one of your projects, which is called the Medboard. Which I think is also a tool that will be interesting for people to hear about and maybe to test, because I think you offer also some testing for it. So this is, I think, maybe something really interesting for people, because I think entrepreneurship is something that is growing now. So hearing from somebody that went through this journey will be also interesting. So thank you. And can you introduce yourself then?
My name is Ivan Perez Chamorro. I can tell a bit about myself. I've been in the medical industry for the last 10, 15 years, and working as a consultant, small companies, big companies, background in physics, science, plus in business. And I had a few projects in entrepreneurship, and we're going to talk about one of them here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what were you doing exactly on medical devices? What is exactly your experience on medical devices?
On medical devices, basically, from the beginning, I had the luck to be with consultants helping companies to develop new products, especially in complex products, complex projects. Could be combination products, could be high-risk devices. We've been helping companies to develop from concept to market in different stages. My experience as a consultant of helping companies has been changing over the years. I started more like a technical person, and the last years I was a consultant. It was more as a business person helping executives. So it's very varied. I had a big picture over different stakeholders and projects. I've been helping large corporations or startups.
Okay. So do you have some kind of products that you can disclose, or what kind of products you were working on, or what kind of things?
I cannot disclose the names, but
yeah,
I work a lot of orthopedics. I work a lot in wound care, combination products, delivery devices, for example.
So combination products is kind of syringe pre-filled, or what is exactly the combination?
Yes, it could be any way to deliver medicine into the body, from capsules to syringes to any other types of technology.
Okay. So just for the story, so we discussed with you, I think the first time last year. I can't remember if it was during summer or before summer, and you approached to me to talk to me about your product, about Medboard. So this was really for me interesting, because I started to learn about you more. When you talked to me about the fact that why you started to do this project, what was exactly your interest on it. So I want to hear from you again, also for the audience, what is exactly your journey that make you arrive to move to entrepreneurship, and also to create your own company, and to specifically go through this project, if I can say, why this project, and why this entrepreneur journey, if I can say.
Yes, it was a clear need 1 year and a half ago, especially when the new MDR was published, that many people were struggling to go through all the documentation, all the information. I was a consultant at that time, helping different companies, and I was spending more time finding the information or researching the information than giving the advice. So I reached few colleagues, few other people in this industry to know if they had the same issue. And obviously it was a growing issue everywhere, people finding information very, very slowly, because the trend is regulations, technical information, pathways are even more complex at the moment. So it has changed a lot since like 10 years ago, I would say, even like 5 years ago, the information that is available for companies, for individuals to keep up to pace and to digest when you have a project or you have to make a decision is very, very big. So at that time, I spoke to a few companies, and there was a need that there was not any other way to do it than just searching a PDF. Okay. There was no any digital, we are in 2019 now, and there were not any other digital platform to search specifically for the information that you're looking for. We're not talking about finding the PDF with 200 pages. It's like going exactly to the paragraph or to the sentence that you need. So for us, it was, and for me, when I reached other people, it was a clear need. The other thing is we work in a very conservative industry. So changing from working in a very PDF dominating way of working to change into a digital platform is way difficult. But it's a way of educating, and this is not about today for us as well. It's for the future. The new generations, millennials, next generations using all digital platforms. It's going to be very difficult for them to manage all the new information, because this is a trend. When we analyze the problem, we see a trend, more increasing information. Regulations are not going to decrease in type of information. People, they have limited resources, as well as companies. So obviously there's a bottleneck there. So it was a time to save. What we try to focus is to save time to people, because at the end of the day, time is money.
Okay. But what was exactly the switch for you from I am employed by some companies that I will change and move to open my own company with this idea, if I can say? For you, it's like the idea popped up on your head and you started to think, okay, I need to open a company for that. So when was this starting, and when you really begin to make it like a real project?
Yes. So at that time I had my own consulting company, so I had my own business already.
Okay.
And the switch was very blending at the beginning. It was okay, let's go for it. Let's see if there is a potential need. I spoke to Sania, that did an MBA with me, and she worked in the pharmaceutical industry for many years. And we said, well, there is a clear opportunity here. And it was a bit of a few months madurating the idea, going on holidays, reflecting on the idea, where there is a potential, talking to people. It's very important to talk to people to see if they really need that, if they see some special vision there. And it was not my first project. So I know when there is an idea, or it's not the first time I do entrepreneurship. So I know when there's a good idea, it's just going for it. You try it. Entrepreneurship is something that you don't know the outcome, so you need to go for it. We may fail, we may succeed, but the more important thing is execution. So we executed the idea, and it was validated by companies, and we kept going. So that was the moment. It was after holidays, actually. We went on holidays, and after that, okay, let's go for it serious.
But what is interesting on what you are saying is that you just did not start your company, or the company, if I can say. You validated the idea. So you went to other companies or to other people or to future customers, if I can say, to test if this idea is making a sense, if you will have some people that will really buy from you, if I can say. So you just didn't jump on it. You really made some kind of research first.
Yes, I think you can sense if there is a need. Obviously, at the end of the day, you need to jump on your own. No one is going to push you and say, yeah, go for it. It's going to be an easy journey being an entrepreneur. Never is going to be that way. But we were kind of like sensing the need. Even going to conferences, you could see people complaining about the situation. You would go to clients and complaining about the situation. So obviously there was a problem.
So when you are saying complaining about the situation, it's complaining about what exactly?
Complaining about finding information.
Okay.
Especially because MDR, I think, was one of the EU MDR was one of the tipping points, because it was a big change from moderated length of regulations and information to a very long, plus all the implemented acts that are expecting over the next months. So we could see the mountain that it was going to become.
Okay.
So how people are going to manage all this information in-house. It's very difficult, especially you work in a company. I work in the past in a company. You need to you have to do your daily job. You cannot be all the time keeping up to date, finding information. And when you need the information, you just want to go exactly the information you need to make the decision.
Okay, great. And so then you have validated your idea. And how did you start the company, if I can say? Was it just I will hire some employees and then start to build the tool? Because I think your tool was not existing, if I can say. So it was something that you had to build from zero.
Yes, that's one of the interesting parts of entrepreneurship in our case. There's nothing like this that we created. So it's a journey. It's very difficult at the beginning because you share a vision with people and they don't see it. So eventually, when you were asking about when you jump, is you need to jump on your own and then showing slowly to people how this can help. And then you go from 0 to 1 to 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. We initially, we were 2 people plus all the IT people. We work with high quality supply of IT. We didn't want to go to low quality, or we went to one of the best in the UK. And from there, we just day to day working many hours and just being close to the clients and knowing what they needed at that moment.
So it's mainly that you have to build something that you don't really know how it looks like for now, and you have to guide your team to arrive to it. So it's I think you or your partners were really the masterpiece, if I can say, on this project, because you had really to guide your IT guys on what they have to do. And I think those IT guys were not specialized on regulation or not specialized exactly on all those medical device vocabulary and everything. So it was maybe also a difficult part for them.
Yes, it's difficult because all the IT people are not educated in how the medical device industry, how the regulations are displayed, how the technical information is displayed. But what we've done is to keep the search engine, the algorithm, all inside in the core industry, in the core company. That way, we had been able to grow the company, managing the development of the search engine, giving that to an IT people that they are not very familiar. It could have been a really difficult situation.
Okay. Yeah. I'm laughing when you are saying search engine, because when I tested your tool the first time, I call it the Google of the medical devices. Yeah. So it's really like the search engine for all the regulators, medical regulators, which is really, I think, how it looks like. But yeah, maybe now just maybe present a bit more your tool. So how it is looking, what it is exactly inside, what is also maybe the stage that you went through. So because I think at the beginning the scope was really small, and now you are growing the scope of your tool then.
Yeah, that's the great thing to get engaged with clients and companies, that they see a vision of this. There was always in these meetings people that will not believe in the idea, or people that will believe in the idea. And the people that will believe in the idea will always suggest new things to do. And so where we are because those people that help us along the way, those people that came to us and criticized us, well, that was great because we took some advice, but the good ones are the ones that they help you along the way. So
and just for you, I remember at the beginning when you presented me the tool, it was more like, oh, what's that exactly? It looks like a PDF. As I told you, you put the CTRL-F and you search what exactly the term you want to. But when I tested it, I find really some really good tools on it, and it's why, as I say, I call it really the Google of medical devices. But maybe people will test it also and give their comments.
Yes, I mean, what we focus in to create a very technical search engine that can allow anybody to find the information they need just with one click or few clicks. Not only the information, but also all the integrated or associated information to that piece of information. Not only the official information, but also the express information. As you said, we started kind of like validating the idea with the EU MDR. When we were approaching companies, some companies will say, well, it's great, the EU MDR. Could you do the IVDR?
Okay.
Next one will say, well, this is great, but could you do as well the US? Yeah, we can do that. And along the way, we've been improving the search engine. We've been improving the functions. We've been improving the algorithm. So at the moment, we offer more than 30 panels of information. Okay. We cover the main countries around the world, as we focus ourselves into be a global company in a unique positioning that we can help any stakeholder, from a manufacturer to a consultant, to a blogger, to a hospital, to universities. We had conversations with all these type of stakeholders, and it's great that each of them, they find some value for their circumstances.
That's good. Yeah. So as I've tested the tool, I've also tested the tool for creating some of my blog posts, because I think it's also quick to go and check directly the information. What I really liked on the tool is also that you are not just displaying what is what is the text from the regulation. You have also created some infographics which are summarizing the information, which help also to understand, if we really understand well what it means. You are also connecting, when on the article we are talking about Article 31 or Annex 6 of things, you are already putting a button to connect directly to this article or this annex. Because what I find really difficult with this new medical device regulation is the fact that inside the text, they are asking you to go to many other articles or annexes. So flipping pages or flipping a PDF or this or that looks really, really difficult to see exactly what it means. So I think your tool is helping also on that.
Yes, imagine when in 5 years' time, we're going to have all the implemented acts. All the different countries are developing even more information and more PDFs. Is how anybody's going to cope. Exactly what we focus from the beginning is to have a great usability. One of the things is the regulations or the technical information is not only for regulatory people. It has changed a lot over the last 5 years, where people now from quality, regulatory, plus marketing, R&D, supply chain, they all need to know regulations that affect to their part. If you give a PDF of 200 pages to a marketing person, never is going to read it.
Yeah, clear.
So we focus a lot on the display of how this information could be appealing for those people as well, and how you can share this information. Now we are launching a way of sharing these pieces of information to other colleagues just with one click, for example. So we focus a lot in the usability. As you said, going through the regulation is mentioning a different part or different document, well, integrating everything with regards to the infographics. Again, we focus only on information. We are a company that we don't give any advice. That's a part for the experts that we also include in our platform. What we wanted to do is to translate for those stakeholders that are not very familiar with the regulations, just translating a paragraph. So regulatory people can use our infographics with them and just save a lot of time instead of creating the infographics. Again, our infographics is not a interpretation, it's just a translation. Yeah. So, the expert or regulatory person will always need to add a layer of information or advice to those people. But we are outside of that scope.
Good. And so now on this, I think the tool is now moving forward. So do you have any future new tools or new features that you will include, or do you have already some ideas for the future for this tool?
Yes, absolutely. We are basically, I think, every 2 months we're doing a big development. We have a big list for 2019.
Okay.
So, personally, I will keep you posted with everything, and everybody following us on LinkedIn or any other platforms will know about this news. Our focus now is to consolidate ourselves as a global company that we offer with just one click all the information related to the medical requirement around the globe. We find this very useful especially when I look myself being a consultant and I have to look for clinical evaluation. Well, now with just one click, if there is in the EU, in Australia, in Canada, or in India, any requirement regarding to that. We want to focus on that. We want to consolidate as well our unique positioning that we can help any stakeholder in the industry. And looking at forward, we have a lot of small functions and big functions that we're going to launch. I think the main one is the experts side with all the information, how it's displayed in the search, and how experts like you can share that information on social media very, very easily. And people can find your information as well very easily, which is a problem today as well that has been raised by experts, that they have a great content or they upload to any social media, but there is no way for people to search again for that content.
Okay, great. And just for also the audience, so is it a free tool, a paid tool? So how is it working to access to this tool to Medboard to Medboard?
It's a subscription base. What we focus as well is we want to make this platform very accessible. So the pricing is very accessible. It depends on the size of the company. It depends on the individual circumstances. So for every company, it's slightly different. What I can say here is the pricing is very, very accessible comparing to the other platforms that people are used to in the medical device industry. What we want to focus is to help the more people that we can. We don't want to have a prohibitive price. What we want to be is accessible. But obviously, we need to get some income just to survive.
Yeah. That's clear. And because I know that when I started first to use your tool, it was a free trial. So how long is the free trial so people can go and test it directly? For how long?
We offer always a free trial. It's for 10 days. That allows the companies or the individuals just to test for themselves whether it can help, it cannot help. That's not a problem for us. What we want to be sure is that people that use it and they are happy with it, they want to subscribe. It wouldn't be very complicated just to offer something and you haven't never used it. Yeah. And if you or anyone, when they used it, they don't like something during the free trial, okay, something that is homework for us, and then we can improve in the future. So, or focus now is very focusing on quality and just to provide and covering all the needs that company have. So the free trial is an opportunity as well for anybody to suggest any needs that we may help.
Yeah, and I recommend to all the people to test it. It costs nothing, if I can say, for the 10 first day. So just to go to test it to see if it's something that can help your organization. I know for medical device company that they have to do sometimes some regulatory updates. So it's also a tool that can help you for that, because I think I've seen that on the home page you are providing also all the news for what is arriving in the regulation. So it's also something that can be helpful for people to, as you've said, to not spend hours and hours to search for what is happening in the world. You are already doing the work and already displaying that on your home page. So it's also something that is interesting for people.
Yeah, let's say we're doing a lot of dirty work for people just to go there, easy, find information, and just use it as is in their circumstances to make the best decision. Or platform or tool is based on 4 things. It's based on the latest news. We have a process that we collect all the information, all the news around the world. The second is all the official information. The third one is the experts information that we expect to grow a lot during this year. And the fourth one is tools. So we're creating some apps, some tools that can help companies and individuals to assess the information. As you suggest as well, like some business reviews, state of play documentation. We're going to create a tool that all the information is related to a regulation. Just click and you have all the PDFs very easily. Some gap analysis tools that is working with our platform very nicely. So those are the 4 pillars that we're working at the moment. Yeah.
Great. So maybe just to finish, a last advice that maybe I will ask you is, what will be an advice for somebody that is starting also, having an idea to start his own company and wanting to do like you? So what will be kind of an advice or something that you say, oh, if I would start again, I will not do that, or something like that?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm the right person to give advice at the moment, but what I can say is the rules that we follow internally. I think the first rule is always try it. Where every time we have an idea, we try it. It works, fine. It doesn't work, we change it. So I think the main idea is executing. If someone has an idea and has the time and the circumstances to go for it, it just needs to employ the time to do it. And execution. The second one, if doing entrepreneurship, and it's something that we learned over the last year and a half, you need to love what you do, because there are going to be a lot of moments that are not very nice, a lot of complications. And only if you like very much what you're doing, you're going to put that above any difficulty. And the third one I would say is just focusing on helping people, is asking people, how can I help you? How can I find a solution for you? Or just internally thinking, how can I help those people with that problem? So I think those are the three main things that we follow every day. For execution and living every day like day one, even if we have a lot of difficulties with the technical things, I think is the main thing.
Great. Thank you. So where can people hear more of you, or where can they contact you directly?
We are obviously on our site is www.medboardco.com. They can also follow us on LinkedIn. We want to be more active in LinkedIn, so you can follow us. They're going to receive a lot of news of what we're doing, what we're not doing. And obviously, if they look for me on directly on LinkedIn, I would be very happy just to respond any question or any inquiry they have.
Good. So you'll I will put that on the show notes anyway, so that people can directly receive that. So Ivan, it was really a pleasure for me. So thank you very much. And I wish you really a lot of success with your site, with Medboard. And yeah, I'm really happy that you are accepting to do this interview. So thank you very much, and and see you soon.
Thank you very much to you. Thank you very much for your time and also all your help, with helping with the new ideas, innovation. For us, it's been great to come across with someone like you that can share our vision, innovation in the future. So, the thank you is to you, really.
Thank you very much. Okay, have a nice day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
What a great talk. I hope you enjoyed it. So Ivan is really an interesting person to also follow. So don't forget to go also to his LinkedIn and to also check and test his website. So medboardco.com. And as I said, he asked me also to make an offer to the people that want to test it. So you have the trial offer at the beginning, but if you really want to subscribe to his application or his website, then he asked me also to give you a coupon code to get 1 month free of your subscription. So you can get this coupon code just here and also on the show notes. So don't forget to go and test it. Anyway, it costs nothing to test it, and you will see if this is really a tool that is interesting for you. Okay, great. As I said, I try also to bring other people to come and help to understand what is happening in the industry, to share with us their experience. So don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you get notified when a new episode is released. Okay, it was great. So thank you very much, and I see you on the next episode. Ciao.